afternoon. It is Wednesday and we are middle of the week of our 2021 winter storm. So I hope you guys are staying safe and also having some fun, getting outside. Bundle up, layer up, and go outside and enjoy yourself. And also, maybe on the note of not layering up and bundling up, maybe you throw on your boots, your waterproof boots, and some, like boy shorts or a swimsuit, and you go outside for a little natural cryotherapy for a few minutes today. I am totally gonna do that at some point after this class. So thank you guys for joining me. It gives us a way to move and breathe together and get warmed up and all that good stuff. So remember to take care of yourself, hydrate, and let's get started. So let's begin this afternoon in child's pose. Bring your big toes to touch and the knees to the outer edges of your mat. Walk your hands forward and then just let your forehead rest on your mat. Soften your jaw. Begin to roll your forehead gently against the floor. As you roll your forehead against the floor, I'd like for you to think of a word, something, and maybe it's a feeling that you would like to gain from your practice today. Something you'd like to cultivate. Maybe a reason that you came to your mat and unrolled it. So whatever that is, allow that to be your intention. Continue breathing, and let's walk our hands over towards the right side of the room and place your left palm on top of your right. Lower your head down, soften your jaw, and breathe. Lift your head up and walk your hands over to the opposite side. Place your right palm on top of your left, lower your head, soften your jaw. Lift your head up, walk your hands over to center. And then from here, come up to the claw tips of your hands, walk them forward, and then lower the head back down. And let's start to activate through the arms, hollow out your armpits, and slide your outer shoulders, so the backs of the shoulders onto your back. And draw your navel in towards your spine. One more round of breath here. Let it out. And then lower the palms down. And let's bring ourselves up into our downward facing dog. Lift the tailbone up and back. And pedal your knees. Really just any kind of organic movements here for the next 5 cycles of breath. And let's shift forward, roll into high plank. Pull the belly in, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, downward dog. 2 more times like that. Inhale, high plank. Pull the belly in, feel the whole front side of your body holding up the back side of your body. And then exhale, downward dog. 1 more, inhale, high plank. Power up from crown of the head to the toes. Exhale, downward dog. And then let's walk our hands or our feet up towards our hands, nice and slow. Halfway lift, lengthens out. Forward fold. On your exhale, soften the jaw, let the head relax. Press your sits bones up towards the ceiling. And then let your head relax towards your feet. And let's take a long roll up to standing. Just one long inhale. Once you're standing, separate your toes. Give some space between your toes. Shoulders are over your hips, and then arms reach out and up. Lift up through your side ribs, and let's open back. Thigh bones press forward. Sides of your heart lift. Maybe go back a bit more. Return to standing. Exhale, fold forward. Softly bend through the knees. Let's do that again. Another sun A. Heels lift high. Hips look forward. Or hips lift forward. Look forward. Bend your knees and step or hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift lengthens. Forward fold. Exhale. Rise on your inhale. Reach up. Bend the elbows. Open back. Inhale. Return to standing. Exhale. Fold it out. Halfway lift, crown of the head reaches forward, so we're looking down. Back is nice and long, and then step it back, high to low plank. Lift your heart, open up. Downward dog, empty out. Let's take 5 rounds of breath here. Gentle shake of your head, no. And yes. Hands press down. Hips lift up. Bend the knees, step or leap. Halfway lift. Forward fold, exhale. Rise, inhale, reverse swan dive style. Lift. Open back, thigh bones press forward. Return to center, forward fold, nice and soft through the jaw. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, chaturanga. Elbows tweeze your ribs. Lift the heart, open up. Engage the low belly. Downward dog, empty out. Step the big toes to touch at the back of your mat and raise your right leg behind you. Wiggle around your toes, roll your ankle. Is that yours or mine? And then set the foot back down. Raise your left leg behind you. Wiggle the toes, roll your ankle around. Open up your hip. Set the foot down. And then we'll slowly make it to the top of the mat, however you'd like to get there. Halfway lift, crown of the head forward. Forward fold, exhale. Walk your toes and heels closer together, almost touching. Heels are a little bit more apart than your toes. And then let's bend the knees. Weight is more in your heels, so rock back into the heels and then rise up for chair. So bring your biceps right near the ears. Suction your belly button, lift it towards your spine, and then up towards your heart. And sink lower. Breathe in, lift. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant your hands, step it back, high plank. Low plank. Lift your heart, open up. Downward dog, empty out. Right foot steps forward, left heel spins flat, warrior one. Lean into your lunge, lift up more through the heart. And take it down through your vinyasa, high to low plank. Up dog or cobra, downward dog. Left foot steps, right heel seals. Active through the feet. Lift up. Draw the rib tips in, lift your heart more, and take it down, high to low. Up dog. Downward dog, 3 rounds of breath. Chin tucks in towards your chest. Tailbone lifts higher. Hands press down, hips lift up. Bend the knees, step or leap up. Halfway lift. Forward fold, exhale. Bend your knees, sink low. Inhale, chair. Forward fold, empty it out. Halfway lift. Palms down, high to low. Lift up, open up, low belly in. Downward dog, empty out. Right foot steps, warrior 1. Root, rise. Take it down, high to low. Soft gaze, deep breath. Downward dog. Left foot steps, right heel seals. Rise on your inhale. Take it down on your exhale. Breathe. Press evenly through your knuckle pads. Drop through the head. Lift through the tailbone. Let's take another sun B. Hands down, hips lift. Bend your knees, step or leap up. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Bend your knees, sink low. Inhale up for chair. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Palms down, high to low. Lift up, open up. Downward dog, empty it out. Right side, warrior 1. Rise up. Take it down. Take your time, follow your pace, your breath. Left foot steps, right heel bolts. Root, rise, reach, and take it down. Lift up. Downward dog, empty out. Breathe. Shake the head and neck. Big toes touch. Raise the right leg behind you. Inhale. Exhale, bring your knee and tap it towards your right elbow. And then press it up. Bring it across, tap towards the left elbow. Inhale, press. Warrior 2, right side. Check in, stack your shoulders over your hips. Inner arches of your feet lift. And let's integrate our shoulders in towards our spine as we lean into this lunge. Two more breaths here. Palms flip, reach up, reverse your warrior. Tuck through the tailbone, lean into your lunge. Power up your right arm and reach back more. You can look up towards the ceiling or towards the left, whatever feels better for your neck. One more in-breath. On our out-breath, windmill, the hands down, high to low plank. Follow your pace. Head relaxes. Armpits hollow out. Big toes touch at the back of your mat. Keep your belly suctioned in, lift your left leg. So let's move with not just motor, not from momentum, but from core. So press your left heel away, inhale. Exhale, bring the left knee, tap the left elbow. Inhale, press it up. Bring it across slow, tap the right. Inhale, use the core, left heel high. Step through, warrior two. Check in with your feet, starting at your feet to build the pose. Knee, the left one, let's take it towards the pinky edge of our foot, and then extend the arms out. Shoulders integrate. Two more rounds of breath here. Tips of ribs draw in. One more. Let's split the palms. Reach up. Without compensating your lunge, lift your left arm up. Breathe into your left side. Ribs. One more inhale, heart lifts. Windmill the hands on your exhale. Set yourself up for your high plank. Flow through to your downward dog. Lift your heels. Breathe in, bend the knees as you exhale, step or hop up. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Bring your toes and heels. Let's start out at about hips width distance. We're gonna bend the knees and come up for a chair in a figure four. So having a little bit more space is good for our foundation. Shift over to the right. Bring the left knee and cross the left ankle over your right thigh. Let's find about 5 rounds of breath here. Tailbone begins to reach down and back, and heart is reaching forward and down. Really, heart keeps reaching forward. Keep that length. Maybe your forearms get close towards your left shin. No forcing, just letting that happen. One more breath here. Slowly come up to standing, find airplane. Arms go out, left heel presses back. Try to level the hips. Demi-point your back foot. So the toes spread on the left foot. Breathe in. On our exhale, we're going to land crescent lunge. So back foot lands, heel stacks, and arms reach. Bend the elbows. Lift up through the heart. And we're going to open back. Lean into your lunge, lift through your heart, open back more. One more time, just like that. Breathe in, breathe out, stay, and slowly lift back up to center. Let's take it down through our vinyasa, high to low. Lift up, open up. Downward dog, empty it out. Hands press down, hips lift up, look forward, step or leap. Halfway lift, exhale, fold. Feet hips width distance, bend your knees. Reach your arms to the heart. Let's find our figure 4 chair here. Shift over to the left. So feel the tripod of the left foot ground down into the floor, and then right ankle crosses. The space between your hip bones, pull that space in as you begin your lowering, hinging at the hips. One more in-breath. Draw the belly in more on the out-breath. Slow, come up to standing. Arms reach out, airplane style. Right heel presses back. Chest reaches forward. Demi-point, ball of the back foot. Breathe in. Let's land. Find our high crescent. Arms reach up. Thighs hug towards one another as we bend the elbows. Lift the sides of your heart. Breathe in. On our exhale, begin to open back, creating this C curve in your spine. Ribs are like a corset around your lungs here. 2 more cycles of breath. Inhale, come back to center. Take it down nice and slow. High plank. A quiet step, so lift your left foot up and step it back, using the core. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Shake the head and neck. And we're gonna step or hop into Malasana, or yoga prayer squat. So hop your feet out wide. And then bring your hands to your heart center. Thumbs draw in at the sternum. Collarbones and crown of the head is lifting. Maybe even close your eyes or gaze down where your fingertips meet. Press elbows into the thighs and the thighs back into the elbows for this last round of breath. Slowly fold. Lift your hips. Let your head relax. Shake a gentle nod no. A gentle yes. Let's walk our feet out wider than our mat width, like right outside the mat. Bend your left knee, and then keep your left hand down. Reach your right arm forward where your right bicep is near the right ear. We're gonna draw 3 big shoulder or big circles with the right arm. So just nice and slow, find your circles, 3 of them with the right arm. Right hand lands, come back to center, and then we'll bend the right knee, reach the left bicep near the left ear. Pause, belly's in, and then make your 3 circles here. And once you're finished with your circles, left hand lands, right leg straightens, and feet walk back in. Set up for crow pose, so our arm balance here. Hands come out, right under shoulders. Bring your toes and heels closer together. And then bend the elbows where we kind of start to make this little shelf where we want to wrap the inner knees around the triceps. Some of you like to place the knees on the backs of the arms. I'm a fan of wrapping right around the triceps, hugging, squeezing in, and then gently lifting. You can start with 1 foot at a time. Lift your left heel up towards your left booty cheek. Left foot comes down, right heel lifts. When you're ready, both heels lift. Breathe. Pull the belly in, round through your upper back. And let's either step or hop it back to low plank. Land with bent elbows, and then make your way through your vinyasa. Let's take a child's pose. Slowly come to standing at the top of your mat. However you want to get there. And I'm going to do a couple of standing balances here. So let's take, excuse me, shift over to your left leg. Nope, your right leg. And then we're going to take our left knee, hug the left knee in towards your chest. And really take it in where we kind of lean back a little bit with it. Press down through the right heel. And then really get a nice stretch in the front of your right hip, as well as the back of your left leg. One more. Slowly come back to where shoulders are over your hips. And first 2 fingers on your left hand, maybe it takes the left big toe, and we begin to straighten the left leg. You can also keep your hand on the left knee and open your left knee out to the side. Right arm goes out to the side. So whichever way feels good for you. Breathe. Remember that in and out of the pose is where the strength and the stability is built. So if you fall out, come right back in. One more in-breath. Bring the left knee or foot back into center on the out-breath. And then slowly release. Shake your right leg out a little bit. And then we'll shift over to the left side. So find the tripod of the left foot. Ground down, zip up, and then let's bring the right knee up towards the chest. And then start your lean back. Set your gaze. Lean back a little bit more. And then slowly come back upright. Shoulders are over hips. Left hand can come to the hip if it's needed for stability. And then pick either your toe or your knee. Breathe. Left arm goes out as a counter balance. Maybe you start to look over the left hand for a little challenge. Breathe. One more inhale. And then slow return, however that looks, to standing. Both feet on the ground. All right, shake it out, shake it out. Set your gaze, so your drishti is your focal point. Find a spot, shift back over to your right leg, grab a tray. We're setting up for dancer. I like to set it up in this way. Grab this imaginary tray with your left hand. We're gonna drop the tray and pick up the inside of our left foot. Bring the left knee back down towards the ground, and the right arm reaches up. You can stay here, or you can begin to add, hinging at the hips, reaching up the heart forward and up, and your left toes lift. Let your left foot and left hand act almost kind of like a bow sensation of resistance. They're pressing into one another. One more in-breath. Stay for the out-breath. And then slow. Return to standing. Both feet on the ground. Keep your focus. Shift over to the left. Feel the left side really strong for you. Right hand grabs the tray and then drops it to pick up the foot. Bring the right knee down towards the floor. Left arm reaches. Stay here and breathe. Or begin to add the hinge. Inhale, set your aim. Exhale, find more expression. Last round of breath in and out. Slow return back to the ground. Both feet on the ground. Shake it out. Let's find our tree pose. Nice rooting down through the right foot and bringing in of the left. Whichever variation, if you want foot inside the leg for classic tree or half standing lotus. Blade edge of your left foot comes to the right hip crease. Find 2 more rounds of breath. Slowly return both feet to the ground and set up, take your other side. Stay focused, stay with your breath. This is also a fun one if you're at home practicing. Find the person beside you if you're practicing together and help each other, hold each other up. We're all walking each other home, right? Breathe, press down through the left foot, lift more through the crown of the head. And then slow, release. Both feet back to the ground. Shake that out. Step up to the top of the mat. Remember that intention that you set at the beginning of your practice, a feeling that you want to keep with you for the rest of your day. Revisit that feeling. And then let's reach the arms out and up. Lift up. Open back. Swan dive down, nice and slow. Halfway lift, lengthens. Plant your palms, step it back. High plank, pause in your high plank. Lower all the way to the belly. And then scoot back on your mat if needed. And for now, just bring your right ear to the mat and your hands down by your side. Let your palms face up. Bring your chin back to center. Interlace your fingers, or actually let's reach them in front of us first. So kind of like superhero style. So arms are parallel to one another. Anchor your front hips into the mat. So I want you to really press the front hips down. At the same time, reach your sits bone, so that bony part of your booty, reach it towards your heels. So we have activation and elongation. Breathe, lengthen and lift your arms, lift your feet, and breathe. One more inhale, lengthen it out, lift a bit more, and release. Take your opposite ear to the mat, hands down by your side, palms face up. Bring your chin to center. This time, let's take the hands behind us. Interlace the fingers right at your tailbone area. Anchor the hips, so front hips anchor, sits bones reach. Breathe in and then begin to lift your chest, your legs, and reach your knuckle pads away from your tailbone. You can also bend your elbows if you feel tension there. So you would go here. Breathe. One more. Slow release. Let your head relax. Take whatever ear to the mat feels nice. And come back to center. We're going to do one more here on the belly. So bend both knees. Reach towards your feet or the ankles. If your hands and your feet don't connect, you can also reach back or do one side at a time. So one side would be forearm, let's say left forearm down if you're doing one side, and take your right hand to the right foot. And then we're going to lift. Or we're going to take both sides. Toes are spread. If you have your ankles, flex your feet. One more round of breath here. Slow release on your exhale. Take your palms, stack the palms, and then place your forehead on the palm. So let's bend the knees. And then you're going to windshield wipe your shins back and forth. Slowly from here, come on up. We're going to take this around onto our back for bridge pose. And when you lay on your back, keep your feet down on the ground. For now, please do not hug your knees into your chest yet. We'll do that together. Hands are down by your side. Palms are facing down. Walk your feet into where they're below the knees. So feel all, once they're there, then feel all corners of the feet pressed down to the tripod area, the front corners of the feet, and then the back heel or your heel presses down. Feel the triceps engage into the mat even. And then let's press down through the feet and lift your hips forward and up. And then begin to wrap your shoulders under your chest. Maybe interlace your fingers underneath your bum. And press down in your feet, almost as if we were going to try to stand up in our feet. 5 more rounds of breath here. Release your fingers or your hands, unwrap your shoulders, and roll yourself down to a neutral spine. Pause here, keep your feet connected to the ground. Another rounded bridge. Press down through the feet. This bridge we might take into wheel if you're feeling it. So press down through the feet, lift up and forward through the hips. Stay for bridge if you'd like, or if you want to take this into wheel, let's bring the hands by the ears. Set your palms up. Bring your elbows, start to tweeze the elbows in towards one another, so we're activating upper body, and then gently begin to press up into your back bend. Or stay in your bridge, your choice. 4 more cycles of breath. Let's meet in Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees butterfly out wide. Hands are down by your side. Feel your heartbeat, maybe if you want to place one hand on your heart and the other on your belly. All right, one more back bend of your choice. So bring your feet, plant them down, bridge into wheel or wheel. Breathe, let's all take we're gonna take 8 cycles of breath in this last pose, or back bend pose of our choice. So ready, go and breathe. Feel the medicine in these poses. When you come back down, bring yourself back to that Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees out wide, hands resting down by your side. Feel your heartbeat. Slowly bring your knees together, just together, and feet are on the ground. Let's take our ankles now and stack them straight up over the hips. We're going to do a little core to stabilize our spine now. This core is called Peter Pan, so we're going to take the left knee, bend your left knee, and bring your left inner arch of your foot to your right inner calf. The left knee still in, so it's not out, but in towards the chest. Lower your legs to a 45-degree angle, and then pause. I want your low back to stay glued to the mat the whole time we're doing this. So when we lift up, your low back is on the mat, and then when we lower, slowly, your low back stays on the mat. Arm variation of your choice is either by your side or behind your head. Up to you. We're going to do 8. And then pulse on each side. So draw the belly in, breathe in. Exhale, lift the chest. Inhale, lower the head. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, low back stays glued. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Lift. Lower. 2 more like this. Now we're gonna come up, lift, hold, lower the legs about 2 inches, lift the heart 2 inches more, and pulse for 8, 7, tiny little baby movements. 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Release your head down, set your feet down, and reach everything out. Just a nice, good, full body stretch. Bring your knees back in, or not knees, but ankles back over hips. We'll switch sides, so now we're gonna bend the right knee, bring the right inner arch of the foot to the left inner calf. Feet are active, and then legs lower to that 45-ish degrees. Arm variation of your choice, glue your navel to your spine, breathe in, exhale, slowly lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Lower. Lift. Inhale. Exhale. Last 2 like this. Slowly. Last one, we're gonna lift. Hold, lower the legs 2 inches, lift your heart 2 inches, and let's pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your head down, hug your knees in to your chest this time. Roll the back against the floor. Stretch your legs out, your arms out once more if you'd like that. And now bring your knees in towards your chest, hands behind your thighs. And let's rock up and over into our half pigeon. So we're gonna rock up, and then bring the right knee behind your right wrist. So shifting around a little bit, left leg is behind you. Toes are pressing, toenails. Really feel your toenails press into the mat. And then lift up through the heart, through the side ribs. Maybe reach one or both arms up if you'd like to add that proud pigeon here. Breathe, lift. And then take it down slowly where we lower our head all the way down to rest on something. Let your jaw unclench and your breath deepen. And sometimes I like to imagine a color here. So maybe a cooling color for you, like an indigo blue or something. And start to focus on that color in your breath. And that helps you here in these releasing poses where we store a lot of emotions. Let that color keep your breath calm and your mind present. Begin to walk your hands back up towards your right shin. Shift over to the right hip. And bring your left leg around to the left corner of your mat. So we're just going to have it out diagonal in the mat. Right foot, inner left thigh. And then reach your arms straight up. Breathe in. On our exhale, we're going to twist our torso towards the left. Keep your chest lifted. Lower your hands and then reach with your chest here. That way we're coming out nice and long, and we're staying in our quadratus lumborum here at the low back, where our body connects. And this, especially with us being at home and sitting more around these couple of days, these last few days, this is a nice, awesome stretch for that. So keep reaching your heart forward towards your left big toe. And on your exhale, lower the right shoulder in line with your left. Maybe your hands end up around the bottom of your foot or somewhere around the left leg to offer you a little bit more support to find length. And then bow your chest, let your chest melt over your leg. Slowly come on up. Let's reach the right leg out for a moment. So nice seated splits. Take your hands by your hips and lift your hips up and just scoot them back a little bit so your booty's behind your hands. And then we're already in this hinge ready position. Reach your arms straight up, breathe in. Exhale, hinge from the hips and let your chest lead. So maybe even if you need to bring the hands down, let your chest reach. Let your forearms lower, maybe on top of your pillow or some blocks. Tuck your chin in and down. One more inhale. One more exhale, soften. Slowly come up. Let's make our way to our left side, half pigeon. So you can just bring the left knee in or bring the left foot in, swing the right leg behind you, and then from here we'll take our time to set up. Take a look, make sure your right foot is straight behind the right leg, all that good stuff. And then let's press the toenails, the feet down as you find your proud pigeon. Reach, find space. And lower. Right, about 2 more rounds of breath on this side. Begin to walk your hands back up. Shift over to your left hip. Swing the right leg around. Bring your left foot, inner right thigh. And then reach your arms up. Let's find length in our spine, lifting up through the heart. Breathe in. On your exhale, twist your body towards the right, or your torso, and then slowly start to lower, walking maybe with your hands and letting your chest lead this reach. Reach with the crown of your head as your chest begins to melt over your right leg. Drop your left shoulder down in line with the right one. Chin tucks towards your chest. Breathe. Slowly come up. We're going to take one last seated splits before we lower down all the way to the back again. So check in, maybe lifting your booty up, scooting it back, and then reach the arms straight up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, reach your heart towards your front center of your mat, and then slowly lower. You'll probably feel a little less grippy this round. Or maybe not, and that's okay. Just notice the sensation and breathe into it. Let that new oxygen swirl around, and then send the old stagnant stuff out. We're recycling our air, our plants need it and like it that way. One more biggest, calmest round of breath you've invited into your body today. Open mouth, exhale. And then slowly from here, walk your torso back up, bring your legs in, and then lower all the way down to your back. If you want to bend your knees and do so, we'll lower down to set up for our spinal twist. Hug your knees into your body, both knees for a moment. Give your low back a massage. Keep your right knee in your chest, extend your left leg out long. Inhale. Exhale, gently guide the right knee across your body. Right shoulder is your anchor. Let the floor hold you, and let's find 3 rounds of breath here. Slow return to your back. Hug your right knee in. Extend the leg up behind or above you. Interlace your fingers and then bring your right thigh and your chest closer towards one another. Reach your toes away from one another. All of them have space between them. And then lower your head back down. Lower your right heel all the way down. Wiggle your hips. And then bring your left knee, hug it in. Gently guide it across your body. Left shoulder stays grounded here. Chin tucks in towards the left armpit. Breathe. Return to your back. Hug the left knee in. Extend the leg up, interlace your fingers. Find that last awesome stretch here as we lift the heart. Reach the toes away from one another. Breathe. Lower your head. Lower your heel. If you need one last hug in of everything before you take your Shavasana, do so. Lower down all the way to where your feet are extended out and your ankles roll away from one another naturally. Your glutes relax. Jaw is soft. And then slightly elevate your heart by wrapping your shoulders under your chest. Now we lie here in this stillness so our central nervous system has time to receive our practice that we just delivered it. Knees into your chest. Tell yourself thank you for taking time out for you to intentionally breathe and move your body for this last hour. And then let's roll over onto our right side. We're going to use the right arm, the right bicep as a pillow. And the left hand comes down right in front of your heart for a moment here in this shape. In this stillness, take a moment to seal in the good stuff, whatever resonated with you. And